Get ready to see how I use twine to make these string Easter eggs and how I put it together for an Easter basket perfect for the adult in your life. I mean, I'd love to get one of these. And as always, DIY treats. Welcome to my channel, Craft, Eat, Repeat. Hi guys, it's Aneka and welcome to my channel, Craft, Eat, Repeat. So today I have a collaboration with an amazing YouTuber. I've been a fan of hers for a long time because even when I first started crafting, I could watch Clueless Mama DIY and I could get ideas for crafts and thrifting flips and trash to treasure that I could actually do. And so that was really exciting to me. She has so many great ideas. I don't know how she finds all the awesome things she finds when she's thrifting. I kind of want to be best friends with her and just go thrifting whenever I feel like it and hang out and have fun. So after you watch my video today, I want you to head over to her channel and check out what she has to show you. So we had an idea to do Easter baskets since Easter is coming up and it's always great to get more fun ideas on things you can do for Easter. So for my Easter basket, I wanted to do something a little bit different. This year, I want to give my mom an Easter basket. She gave me so many as a child. I still remember some of my favorite things from the Easter baskets she gave me. So this year, I wanted to kind of surprise her and do an adult Easter basket. So if you have adult children or even just someone who you're looking for a hostess gift or something like that around this time of year, this is the video for you, so check it out. I had to start by making some string Easter eggs, which I've been seeing all over YouTube and I wanted to try. So I'm also going to give you a little tutorial on how to do that. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Everybody hit that notification bell so you'll be ready when my next video comes out. And when this video is done, please guys, give it a thumbs up and head down to the comments and leave me a comment. Okay guys, it's time to craft. Okay, we're gonna start out with some balloons. I measured these out earlier to make sure they would fit into the container I wanted to put them in. Of course, you can make them any size if you don't plan to put them in a container. So to make my Easter eggs, I'm going to need some twine and some Mod Podge. I also need a container to put it on while it dries. So I'm going to put my Mod Podge into a plastic container. I've seen this also done with Elmer's glue. You should use whatever you have on hand. I think they'll all come out pretty much the same. So I'm going to take my twine and just put it into the Mod Podge. This was a really messy craft, and after starting, I wish that I had put it on a paper or something to protect my tabletop because I had to scrape Mod Podge off of it by the end. So make sure you put something down first. I'm going to make sure that my twine is completely saturated with the Mod Podge. And guys, after I finish this, I realized that it's easiest to do it in about 3 to 4 foot length. So if you have a really big balloon, you're going to want to use smaller pieces of twine. The reason is we don't want it to get tangled at this step. Once you have your twine completely covered with the Mod Podge, I'm just wrapping it around the balloon, and as you can see, I'm using my finger to kind of strip off the extra Mod Podge as I'm wrapping it. This way there's not globs and globs of Mod Podge on the balloon. And when I did it with longer lengths of twine, it got tangled a lot and I had to go through and untangle it as I was going. So I would say if you have a really big balloon that you're using, use probably 3 to 5 feet and then cut it off, and you can always add more lengths as you go. So I'm just going to continue wrapping it around and around in a pattern, making sure to take off the excess Mod Podge. And if I need to add a piece, I'm just going to put it onto a piece of twine that's already on there, kind of hold it down and smooth it on there, and then continue with my new piece. Make sure you're looking for any openings that don't have any twine on them, just to cover it all up. And once you have it as thick as you would like it, you're done. You're going to put it on a container and leave it to dry. Now I needed to do 3, so here are my 3. And as they dry, you're going to want to rotate them so that whatever part is down into the container can also be exposed to the air to dry. About 18 to 20 hours later, I came back and they were completely dry. Because I used the Mod Podge, these were pretty hard. I don't think that these will be breaking anytime soon. which is great because I think they'll last for years to come. So I am just taking my balloons and snipping them so that the air can be released from the inside of the balloon. Then I'm going to go back and just separate the balloon from the twine. Now, guys, the thing I love about this craft is that you could use yarn, you could use string, you can use whatever you want to get the color combinations that you like. I wanted a really natural looking bird's nest type of a look with this, so I went with the twine, but you could use whatever color you want. This craft is so versatile, and as you'll see when I put it together in my Easter basket, it could look great in a variety of colors. So use your imagination. Now, mine had a little bit of white on it because there was paint on the little flower pots I was putting them on, so I just grabbed those off. They came off easily. And then some parts of the egg with a lot of Mod Podge had the Mod Podge in between, which looked like a really beautiful stained glass effect. You can leave that if you want to, but I broke it up because, like I said, I wanted this to look like a bird's nest. Now you can leave them just like this and use them as table decor. I wanted to cut a hole in them because for my Easter basket, I need lots and lots of chocolate. So I cut mine open to do more of an open shelled look on my egg. And I was thinking about just winging it and cutting a circle, but that usually doesn't go so well for me. So I drew out a circle using a Sharpie or a paint pen, and then I followed along the outside edge of what I had drawn to make sure I cut away all the marker that I put on there, and I just cut it into the shape of a circle. Now, if you want even more of a uniform look, you could print out a circle on your printer and just trace that so that every egg has exactly the same size opening. I just kind of eyeballed it and made openings on all 3 of my eggs. This took a little bit of muscle because, like I said, that Mod Podge dried pretty hard, but I was able to get through it with a good pair of scissors. And then I had 3 open eggs. So now that I've shown you how to make the eggs, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put my Easter basket together. I got this tin planter from the Dollar Tree. I love how these look. I've made so many crafts with these, and today I'm going to use it for my Easter basket. I used celery chalk paint and I painted the inside and the outside. I wasn't quite sure how this was all going to come together, so I made sure to paint the inside just in case it could be seen. And then I used a little bit of sandpaper to give it more of that weathered and rustic look. Next, I grabbed some candlesticks. Now, I want this Easter basket to be full of decor, so not only full of delicious chocolate, but also things that my mom can use around her house. So I know she likes these candlesticks, so I'm just going to paint them. They're not really going to be seen very much, but when she opens her basket, she'll have some nice pieces of decor that she can use in her house. I painted my candlesticks with white chalk paint, and now I'm coming back along with black chalk paint and doing a dry brush technique. That means I'm just putting a very little bit of paint on my brush, wiping most of it off, and coming back along the edges to give it a worn and weathered look. Next, just to add a little bit more Easter fun, I'm going to take these bunny ornaments and paint them with my Arteza metallic acrylic paints. I like that these are little ornaments, so even after the holiday is over, my mom can use these around the house. And I love that this metallic paint kind of resembles the wrapper on a chocolate, so I thought this would be the perfect fit. So now that I've got all my pieces painted, I'm going to show you how I assembled the Easter basket. Now, because of the size of this tin, I could not fit the candlesticks right side up. I'm gluing them in with a little bit of hot glue. These will easily be able to pop out, but it'll give it a little stability for when I'm carrying it around before I give it to her. So I'm putting them in upside down just to make a little bit of a better fit. And then for the middle one, I wanted it to have a little bit more height to it, so I just made sure that my egg would fit into the bottom. And then I'm going to use this tiny little planter, which I'm going to glue into the bottom of my tin to give the middle egg a little more height. Once I was sure it looked the way I wanted it to, I used a little more hot glue and assembled it all together. Once I had everything glued in, I used some of this Easter egg basket grass that I got from Walmart. You really don't have to use this. I realized after I finished that you won't really be able to see the bottom, but like I said, I was kind of playing with it as I went, so I did fill the bottom. I think that whoever you're giving this to would be even more excited if you filled the bottom with chocolate. Next, I came along and I added some nice spring flowers, and then I used a little bit of hot glue to add my string eggs onto my Easter basket. And now it's time for the fun part, adding the chocolate. So these are just some gold foiled eggs that I found at Walmart. I believe they were about $1 a package. They also have eggs at the Dollar Tree, and depending on what color you made your string eggs, you could use any color of chocolate eggs. Next, I'm going to put my ceramic bunnies that I painted right into their little bird's nests that are lined with chocolate. And I think these came out great. That metallic paint just really plays well off of the chocolate eggs that I put in the bottom of the basket. If you want a little more security, you can use some little Velcro dots or self-adhesive dots just to hold them in place. Next, I'm going to give a big chocolate bunny to my mom. I think this will be her favorite part of this gift, but I didn't like that red bow that it had on, so I switched it out with some ribbon that I had that was pink and gold to match the color of the Easter basket. I just tied it right on, and then I used a little dab of hot glue onto the bow to keep it together. Once I had that completed, I put a little more of the paper grass into the egg. After I finished everything, I did add some greenery and covered that up mostly, but I think it would look cute either way. I added my chocolate bunny right into my string egg. And that was mostly it. I went back through and I did add a few more flowers and some greenery. I absolutely love how this came out. I love that there's chocolate in there, which is my mom's favorite. I love that she could set this out for Easter, and even afterwards she can take it out and use these candlesticks all the way through spring. You guys, I absolutely love how this came out. I love how this gift will keep on giving all through the spring season, so I hope you liked it. And now it's time to eat. So I wanted to do edible Easter baskets. And if you guys are ever wondering if everything that crafters do on YouTube comes out exactly how they plan, that is not the case. And this is an example. Instead of doing it the way I normally did it, I saw something cool at Walmart and I was like, let me grab this and try it. And then like 20 minutes later, after me struggling with this edible grass, I was like, there is an easier way. But it came out so cute. So I wanted to show you guys, and hopefully you like it, and you might be able to even add it to your menu for little treats for Easter. After you get done watching it, please head over to Clueless Mama DIY's channel and check out her video on Easter baskets. Okay guys, it's time to eat. So here's a fun idea for an Easter treat. I'm gonna start out with these Reese's peanut butter cups, and I'm using some chocolate cookie icing for the glue. Now, after having completed this, I think some melted chocolate might have given a little bit of better hold, but for what I needed it for, this was great. Next, I'm going to be using some of this edible grass. Now, I have never used this before, and it's really cute. I think it would look great on bigger cakes, but for something this small, it was actually pretty difficult to get it to roll into the size that I needed it to be. So if you're making one or two, try it with the edible grass. If you're making a lot of these, I think it would take you too long. Another option would be to use some melted chocolate or even some buttercream frosting with a grass tip on your icing bag. Next, I am going to use some Twizzlers to make a handle for my basket. So I had to cut this in half because the Twizzler was a bit too large. If you have the pull and peel kind, you would be able to cut those into this length that you wanted, and the width is probably already perfect for it. Or you could use any other kind of candy that you can think of that would look like a handle. I'm just going to use some of my cookie icing to put a little bit of glue to glue my handle onto my candy Easter basket. Next, I got these little mini eggs, and I'm just going to put 1 or 2 into my basket. Now, about this time I realized I probably should have put the eggs in before the handle, but that's okay, it was an easy fix. I think this ended up looking really cute, but that grass was just frustrating me. So I decided to make a few more using green cookie icing. Like I said, you could also do buttercream or chocolate. So I went through the same process. I added the green from my grass, added a few eggs, used the chocolate icing to put my handle onto my basket, and that was it. This method was a lot quicker, and I think that it tastes just as delicious. My kids thought these were cute, but they have nut allergies, so unfortunately, these treats were all for me. I hope you guys enjoyed these crafts today. I think my mom is going to really love this. Let me know down in the comment what you think. What other ideas would you have for how I could put an adult Easter basket together? And also, let me know if you want to see some kid-friendly Easter basket ideas. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next time when we repeat it all again.